Welcome again to the continuation on the vectors that I started with you in the previous videos. In the previous videos, we started learning about vectors and we've already handled some subtopics on the vectors, and the last thing that we treated on the vectors is equality of vectors, which we've done a detailed explanation on it, and also we've solved some examples on it as well in the previous videos. And I hope you understood it and you enjoyed the lesson as well. So in this video, I want us to continue and handle another aspect of the vectors, and that is magnitude or length of a vector. Okay, as you can see from the board, I've written magnitude or length of a vector on the board, and that is what I want to teach you in this video. And I will encourage you to do well to watch the previous videos, okay, because the previous videos lays the foundation, okay, all the basic knowledge and understanding that you need about the vectors. We've done all those explanations in the previous videos. We started from the basis, from the scratch, and we've treated some subtopics already in the previous videos. And if you watch them, it will help you to get a good foundation and understanding to be able to easily handle this session as well. Okay, so do all to watch them, and please don't forget to like the videos and also share them after watching. And if you are watching for the first time, please do all to follow the page and also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. You can see that I have an example on the board that I want to solve with you, but before we proceed and handle the example that I have on the board, I'm going to do a brief explanation on the magnitude or length of a vector. Then when you get the understanding, we can proceed and solve the example 1 that I have on the board. Okay, so now when we speak of the magnitude of a vector, in simple terms, it just means the length of that vector. Okay, again, the magnitude of any given vector is simply the length of that vector. So you can see that I've written magnitude or length of a vector, okay, meaning that when you are being asked to find the magnitude of a vector, it's the same as you being asked to find the length of that vector. Okay, I hope the explanation is clear enough up to this point. Okay, for the last time, the magnitude of any given vector simply refers to the length of that vector. So being asked to find the magnitude of a vector is simply you being asked to find the length of that given vector, and that's it about magnitude or length of a vector. And I'm going to show you how to find the magnitude or length of a vector, and it's very simple. Okay, I'm going to use some examples to explain it further to you, okay, before we proceed and handle the example 1 that I have on the board. Okay, so let's take any given vector and let me use it to explain how to find the magnitude or length of a vector to you. Okay, so assuming, let's say I have the vector A equals to, let's say, S1, Y1, okay, and I'm being asked to find the magnitude or length of this vector. Don't forget, I said that being asked to find the magnitude of a vector is the same as you being asked to find the length of that vector. Okay, now what shows that you want to find the magnitude of a vector is, let me show you. So having this vector A, if I'm to show that I want to find the magnitude of it, I will put 2 lines beside it like this. So I'll write it like this. Okay, so these 2 lines represent the magnitude of the vector A. I hope you understand up to this point. All that I'm saying is that when you are being asked to find the magnitude of a vector is the same as you'll be asked to find the length of that vector. And what shows that we are finding the magnitude of a vector is that for us to put two lines on the vector like this. Okay, so if I'm being asked to find the magnitude of, let's say, vector P, what shows that I want to find the magnitude of the vector P is for me to put two lines at the side like this. Okay, and so anytime you see this, it's talking about the magnitude of that vector. Okay, so this means you are finding the magnitude or the length of the vector P. Okay, or let's say I have the vector AB, and if I put two lines at the side of the vector AB like this, it simply means that I'm finding the magnitude or the length of the vector AB. Okay, so this represents the magnitude of vector AB or the length of the vector AB. Okay, for the last time, okay, let's say I have vector S. Okay, let's say equals to 3, 4. And if I want to find the magnitude or the length of vector X, how to show that I want to find the magnitude of vector S is that I put two lines at the side of the vector S. Okay, that's what shows that you want to find the magnitude or the length of that vector. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to find that magnitude or length of a vector. Okay, so let me clean these ones from the board and let's proceed. Okay, so for me to find the magnitude of the vector A, okay, so let me write it down. So this is the vector A, and I want to find the magnitude of it. So we bring your two lines, okay, equal to, now the formula or the rule says that for you to find the magnitude or the length of any given vector, it says that you find the square root of the sum of the squares of the components of that given vector. I hope you are okay with it. Let me repeat it for the last time. Again, to find the magnitude or the length of any given vector, it simply means that you find the square root of the sum of the squares of the components of that given vector. Let me write it on the board and you understand it easily. Okay, let's do that. So it says that we find the square root of the sum of the squares of the components of the vector. So now these are the components of the vector S1, Y1. So I'll find the square root of S1 squared plus Y1 squared, and this gives you the magnitude or the length of the vector A. I hope the explanation is clear enough up to this point. Okay, so in simple terms, all that you need to do is that to get your magnitude of vector A, just bring your square root. When you take the first component of the vector given, you square it, plus you take the next component, okay, the second component of the given vector, you square it as well. Okay, so you can see that it is the square root of the sum of the squares of the components of the given vector. So square root of S1 squared plus square root of Y1 squared. Okay, I hope the explanation is clear enough up to this point. So this is the formula for finding the length or the magnitude of any given vector. I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, so now when you are given, let's say vector AB equals to, let's say 1, 2. Okay, and I'm being asked to find the magnitude of this vector AB. So let's go from the process that I've shown you. To find the magnitude, you bring two lines like this. That shows that you are finding the magnitude. So the magnitude of the vector AB will be equal to the square root of, you take the first value, you square it, so 1 squared plus the square of the second value. Okay, so you square it. So square root of 1 squared plus 2 squared. That's how to go about it. So let's simplify further. So it's going to be square root of 1. So you bring your square root. Okay, you repeat your square root. And 1 squared gives 1. plus your 2 square gives 4. Okay, so you need to simplify what is in the square root first, or under the square root sign, you simplify them first. Okay, then let's go ahead. You bring your square root. 1 plus 4, it gives 5. So you bring your 5, and you know that square root of 5, you will not get a whole number as an answer. So you just leave it like this, and you add your units. Okay, so square root of 5 units. So that's the answer for finding the length or the magnitude of the vector AB. I hope you understand up to this point. Very simple. Okay, we just take the square root of the sum of the squares of the component of that given vector. Okay, that's exactly what we just did. After that, you add your units. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve the example 1 that I have on the board. I hope the explanation is clear enough so we can proceed and handle the example 1. So let me clean this from here so that we can tackle the example 1 that I have on the board. So let's read the question. It says that if vector CD equals to -3, 4 and vector AB equals to 5, 12, find the magnitude. So these two lines means magnitude or length. So find the length of vector CD and also find the magnitude or the length of vector AB. Okay, so let me write down my solution and let's proceed. Okay, so first one, we are asked to find the magnitude of vector CD. Okay, what's the formula? We just put the formula down. So the formula is going to be square root of, when we take the -3, we square it, plus we take the 4, we square it. Okay, so -3 squared plus the 4 squared. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so let's progress. So I'll simplify what is under the square root sign first. Okay, so -3 squared gives you +9 plus 4 squared gives you 16. So you get square root of 9 plus 16 gives you 25, and square root of 25 gives you 5. Okay, so you have 5 units, okay, as your answer. So that's the answer for finding the magnitude or the length of the vector CD. Okay, the answer is 5 units. I hope the explanation is clear enough up to this point. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the magnitude of the vector AB as well. Okay, so let me write my AB down. So the magnitude of vector AB will be equal to the square root of the sum of the squares of the components of the given vector AB. Okay, so this is your square root. Then you take the 5, you square it, plus you take the 12, you square it as well. Okay, so now let's go ahead and simplify. So it's going to be square root of 5 squared is 25 plus 12 squared is 144. So you add this one and you will get 169. I hope you agree with me. 169. So you get square root of 169, and the square root of 169 gives you 13. Then you add your units. So the magnitude of vector AB is equal to 13 units. Okay, that's your final answer. I hope the explanation was clear enough and you understood it as well. So this is how to handle magnitude or length of a vector. Please don't forget to like the videos and also share them after watching. And if you are watching for the first time, please do want to follow the page and also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I'll see you again in another video whilst we solve another example on this again. Bye bye.
you.